We pull these right from the Reddit feed, and I've got today's Am I the Asshat for refusing to be the best man at my best friend's wedding?
Oh, okay.
All right, this is Guy's point of view. He says, I have been best friends with Bill, 26, since college. We've always been more like family, and I love him like a brother. We met as freshmen, and we were roommates until graduation. Now, Bill has a rough history with his family. Without getting into too much detail, his dad was a terrible person, and that deeply affected Bill's life. His mom was a little bit better, but she never stepped in when he needed support, which strained their relationship. This is important because Bill has only invited a few of his family members to the wedding, just an uncle and aunt who took care of him during high school. Because of this, he's adamant that I attend. But here's the issue. I don't like Bill's fiance.
Oh.
Amy, she's 25. I can't tolerate her at all. Bill and Amy have been together for about 2 years, but the relationship has been on and off again. She was unfaithful at one point, and although they've worked things out, I saw firsthand how much mental torture Bill went through. She's manipulative and somehow came out of this situation scot-free. So as a result, I can't stand her, and I've made it clear to both Bill and Amy, probably in language that was too explicit for this post. Amy dislikes me and holds a grudge because I told Bill to leave her after she cheated, so the feeling is mutual. Anyway, about 3 weeks ago, Bill called and asked if I would be his best man. He said he really wanted me to be there because I'm one of the few people he considers family. I wanted to say yes, but I know that if I'm there, Amy and I will end up in confrontation. I told Bill I didn't think it was a good idea for me to be his best man. Attending the wedding is one thing, but being in the wedding party is another. I can't stand her. But Bill insisted. He told me I might be the only family that has helped him in this process and really needs my support. I explained that to him and that I love him like a brother, but I don't think it's a good decision given the animosity between Amy and me. After about an hour of back and forth, he said he understood, but then he asked me again this week. I feel really bad, but I know myself, and if I'm involved, I'm going to ruin this thing. I don't like her. And I don't want to ruin his first wedding. I don't want to ruin his first wedding for him. I love that he phrases it that way. But anyway, okay. He says, I'm not good at biting my tongue, not for the months of wedding planning. I've asked my own younger brother and my girlfriend. They both said it was the right call, but I feel guilty. And I'm also getting other points of view. Am I wrong? Am I the asshat? 651-641-1071 if you would like to chime in as well.
Can I go? Should I go?
Oh, well, please jump in.
I do not think he's the asshat. There was a millisecond where I thought maybe, but then I quickly changed. I forgot what you read, but I changed my mind within your reading. I really did. I think, to quote my friend Holly, you got to love and respect some boundaries, even though they may not be what you might do. He set a boundary that his friend keeps pushing, and I don't like that. Fundamental, like right there, I don't like that. No means no. No is a complete sentence. Number two, and I'm really thinking about this from the groom's point of view, do you really want to worry about the potential of a fight between these two? I actually think in saying no, your friend actually is looking out for you and your friend actually is doing the right thing by you. I guess you could term it as being selfish, and because for a while I was thinking, oh, you should just bite your lip. This is about your friend, not you, and be a big boy and pull up your pants and just not start a fight. But if the bride-to-be is also antagonistic to him, and you know, weddings have a lot of emotions. Emotions lead to maybe some wine. Wine leads to some Real Housewives moments. I ultimately think he's doing the right thing. I really do.
Do you think he should go to the wedding at all? He says he wants to go. It's just,
I think he should go to the wedding and just make an appearance. I think that's a good compromise. But to stand there and being in the wedding party, oh, my stomach. I need to go to Minji. Yeah. Holly.
Jason, I had the same exact thought pattern as you.
Oh,
At
okay.
the beginning of this ass hat, I was like, okay, what's the deal here? However, when the writer offered a compromise, it was, I want to support you and I want to go to this wedding. However, I can't support you in this very specific way that you're asking me. Then it was like, okay, then he's not the asshat. And he can see clearly down the road in a way. He can see 30,000 feet from above and understand that if I am in this best man position, it is not going to be good. Because when the question comes, does anyone have any beef with this marriage? Are you going to speak up? How could you stand there authentically and say, yes, I support this. Yes, I'm signing the marriage license. I'm doing all these things. And this person who wrote this recognizes in themselves that they can't do that. And that they recognize that, I think, is a sign of respect for the friendship.
Yeah.
So not the ass half for me.
Lex, what do you think? I'm sorry. I kind of, I 694'd you. Yeah.
No, that's the way this works.
Yeah.
Okay, so ultimately I am with you guys, but there is a piece of me that also, I guess I would ask, what does the best man, like, what is that position? Are you supporting your friend or are you supporting the marriage? And I guess it kind of depends on the answer there, because you want to be there for your buddy. The other thing that I was thinking about is that if you say no, and he's pretty adamant, he's come back a few times, like, please do this for me. Does that cause a bigger wedge, which will isolate your friend more? Do you know what I'm saying? With being less influenced by you and more by his wife, which maybe that's not a bad thing, but it sounds like there might be some, there were some issues, clearly big issues, right, that they worked through. That
the groom would be pushed even more into this unhealthy relationship because you said that you didn't want to be the best man.
Right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's the other thing that I've been thinking about. But ultimately, I come back to what you guys said. Guys, like, look, I'm going to be there for you. I will be there, but not necessarily as the best man because I don't fully support the wedding. That is a hard position to be in. But I commend him because most people keep that to themselves.
Yeah.
And to really put it out there and say, look, this is not the right thing for you. I can't really support this, but I support you. Or maybe he should have kept his mouth quiet. I don't know, but I would, as a friend, looking for qualities in a friend, I would want him to be honest with me.
Yeah. Let's go to Jen on line 1. Hi, Jen. Welcome to our show. What do you think of this?
Good morning. Well, so my brother was actually in a very similar situation with his best friend. So he was engaged to this woman and ended up marrying this woman who my brother had a really hard conversation with him ahead of time and told him, like, hey, this is not healthy. I think this is toxic, but I love you and I will stand next to you during this hard time so that I will be there for you after the fact. And so they had the hard conversation up front, and he stood there and he kept his mouth shut. Now, my brother is a pretty mild-mannered person, so there wasn't, like, the risk of fighting like there might be with this guy. But, he was there. He kept it cordial. And on the other side of that relationship blowing up very badly, my brother and his best friend are still best friends.
Oh, Jen, you bring up such a good point.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh.
Oh. Our listeners always good. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, and we've got email responses. Sarah said, I reluctantly agreed to be the maid of honor at a wedding when I didn't want to after being repeatedly asked. I still regret it years later, not the asshat.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That just hit me.
I got chills all over my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said.
Yeah. I think you're blunt with them.
Right.
And you just say, I'm sorry. I can't. So, that was a good one, Lex Lulu.
Yeah, let's take in the tally here. I think
Yeah.
this is our verdict.
The results are in. You are not the asshat.
Yeah. I hope these guys continue to be friends.
Yes.
on the other side of this. That's hard, man. That's hard. I'm not wishing doom or gloom, but if this marriage does go down the turlet, he's going to need his friend,
Well, maybe we can help him find a good lawyer.